What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Binkz and Doodle Effect. I am one of your hosts, as always, Binkz, and always with me, Mr. DrewskiDoodle, right below me. But today, this week, we have a very special guest, my father, Mr. David Brand. How are you doing, Mr. David Brand?
Hey, guys. How's it going? It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Of course.
Before we jump
What's up,
into it,
Doodle?
we're just going to do a quick shout out to Rogue Energy, premium energy, focus supplement designed to optimize your mental and physical performance. And unlike healthy and canned energy drinks, this powerful supplement can be taken daily for overall improved performance. Filled with vitamins, amino acids, Rogue Energy is a healthy way to increase your natural energy, sharpen your mental focus, reduce fatigue, improve alertness, increase exercise capacity, and facilitate creativity and learning if you use the code GETLIVID, which is on the bottom of your screen right here. Get Livid, you get 5% off your entire purchase. We recommend the starter package. You get like 5 or 6 flavors and a shaker cup. Get Livid, 5% off. Check it out. Good stuff. Moving forward, Mr. DrewskiDoodle, take us away with the world of baseball.
We got the Hall of Fame coming up. The new guys for the first time on the ballot have been announced. We have Mark Buehrle, AJ Burnett, Michael Kadire, Dan Herron, LaTroy Hawkins, Tim Hudson, Torrey Hunter, Aramis Ramirez, Nick Swisher, Shane Victorino, and Barry Zito. None of those guys are first ballot Hall of Famers. I think at least half of them eventually make it. I'm really rooting for Barry Zito. I love Barry Zito. Same with Torrey Hunter. You'll probably see Mark Buehrle on there at some point too. Torrey Hunter's defense was incredible.
I like Torrey Hunter, yeah.
As far as guys who have been on it already, a couple of big names. You have Kurt Schilling. This is his 9th year on the ballot. He had 70% of the vote last year. You got to think he gets in this year, most likely.
He deserves to be in.
Yeah, I completely agree. You had Omar Vizquel last year get just over half, and he's only his 4th year on the ballot. So he could get in this year, maybe another year or two out. 3 other big ones. You got Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, and Sammy Sosa all on their 9th year.
I
so
think
they only got 2 years
should
left.
go in. I personally think they all should go in. I don't care about the whole steroids. I think more people should do steroids. It was so much more entertaining watching people just ding balls out of the park. Go for it.
Once they allow Pete Rose,
on steroids, you got to put in Pete Rose.
Yes. Once they allow,
I agree with Pete Rose going in too. Yeah.
Well, they're not going to put in Pete Rose, so you can't put in the cheaters.
Yeah. They don't deserve to be in it if Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame.
See, I think all of them should be in. I think it's stupid that Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame, and I think it's stupid that Bonds, the home run leader of all time, isn't in.
I agree.
It's ridiculous.
It's all or none.
Why did he hit those home runs?
Because he used steroids. You know what? It was an entertaining time in baseball. I mean, you had McGuire and Sosa at one point going for the home run, record in a single season. You don't see that anymore in baseball. It's a dying sport. I think more people should be on steroids. Personally.
Yeah, I like tradition.
Fair enough. Fair
enough. Cy Young winners, Andrew.
Oh, baby.
Trevor Bauer.
We called this what? Yeah, we called this
on episode 1.
A week into it?
Yeah. Trevor Bauer.
And Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber is also a fantastic story because he was a college walk-on. And he dominated the American League. It wasn't even close.
I did not predict Shane Bieber, but I did say Trevor Bauer. If DeGrom,
I think if you rewind to the 1st or 3rd episode, I said Shane Bieber, so I'm going to take credit for that.
All right.
Trevor Bauer, future Met. Congrats on the Cy Young.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now come to Queens.
We're in that New York Met hat. Hopefully Trevor Bauer.
Hell yeah, brother.
Come to Queens. Have the best rotation in baseball, especially since Stroman resigned with the Mets.
Big mistake.
All right, let's hear your opinion on that.
How can you resign a guy? Make your first move is new owner of the Mets. You sign a guy who only hung with you last year until he got his service time, and then said, "Oh, I'm afraid of the COVID. I'm leaving," and just left you high and dry.
Oh, I don't respect the move, but
he wasn't afraid of it beforehand until he got his service time.
He
used the Mets to get his service time, and now we just gave him $18 million.
I don't respect the move, but he's better than
he wasn't that good anyway.
He's still a decent
ERA.
Well, you gotta consider he's gonna be our number 4 starter if all things go right. and that's fantastic for a number 4 starter.
And he's injury prone.
That he does get hurt.
Worst case, Max comes out of the bullpen and goes back into the rotation.
Yeah, but what he did, you're going to see a lot of guys do now, is after the Steve Cohen press conference, every free agent in the league, I think, wants to play for the Mets. That press conference did so much. So, like I said, hopefully things go right. Hopefully this guy ends up being our number 4 starter behind DeGrom, Syndergaard, and Bauer, and we can just all rejoice in being a complete powerhouse.
And Patterson would be number 5.
He'd be on number 5.
Number 5.
Which is that's a number 3 on other teams.
We'd have the best rotation in baseball again, hands down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not even close.
Now with lineup, I heard a rumor that the Mets may get Lindor for Rosario. Rosario has taken off all Met stuff on his social media.
I heard that on the fan.
So
he took all his Met stuff off his Twitter, and he won't answer any questions from anybody about the Mets.
I'm okay with this. I never liked Rosario.
It depends on who else they have to give up, because you know it ain't going to be straight up.
No. But
I'm terrified of what they have to give up for that. One of the ones that
give him Stroman.
One of the potential proposals that MLB Network gave was the Mets get Lindor and catcher Austin Hedges, who cares, and they had to give up Andres Jimenez, Jeff McNeil, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Riley Gilliam. Those top, I am not, hell no.
No. McNeil is untouchable.
Yeah, absolutely. McNeil is untouchable. Pete Crow Armstrong, our first round draft pick, looks like he's going to be great in a couple of years. And even Andres Jimenez, his defense was awesome, and he was hitting triples nonstop.
I liked Jimenez down the line.
Oh yeah, he was batting 300 for a lot of the year.
Yeah, if that was the deal, hell no. I'm keeping McNeil and Jimenez in PCA. Ridiculous. But
right off the bat, you say McNeil, I'm saying no to the trade.
Yeah, no, he's arguably my favorite player on the team. I do not want him in any other colors.
Yeah. No,
but if they get a better offer involving Rosario, and maybe they can dump Cano somewhere.
Rosario sucked, and Cano is just a waste of money. He had a decent year, Cano. At one point, he really was our best bat. He did.
But Rosario. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Cano would be good for half the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cano if he wasn't making $24 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other issue is that he clogs up our lineup and our infield. If we could clean that up a little bit.
Unless they pass at DH.
I think they did. I think they are going to have through 2021.
I don't think it's official.
Okay. I would imagine they do, which that helps Pete and Dom Smith, that issue. But I'm not going to give up too much for Lindor. And he's only 26, so it's not like he's written someone old. But I'm not giving up. I wouldn't want to give up McNeil or Jimenez, to be honest.
No, absolutely not. I'm okay with the DH. I really just want extra inning rule to be no longer a thing.
The extra inning rule is ridiculous.
It's stupid. And why most... I know we touched on it when baseball was still pretty big, Andrew, but the fact that teams didn't just start off with a bunt in extra innings to get your runner from second to third every time was ridiculous to me. You had people, your opening guys strike out or pop up and not be able to move the runner over, and now you have one out with a man on second instead of one out and a man on third. If I'm the manager in extra innings, no matter who it is, they're putting down a bunt. Get the run to the
I like tradition. I don't want the DH.
No. Oh, well.
I like the strategy. Plus, the Mets lose out. We got some of the best hitting pitchers in the league.
That's what I was saying.
We don't lose with the DH.
No.
Yes, we do. Because other teams we would be getting their pitchers out almost all the time.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Like 300 collectively.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I didn't want the DH because I said that too. We had the best hitting pitchers in like all the majors.
Right.
So.
But
they can't put that guy on second. Can't put him on.
No, that rule's awful. As much as I hate the DH, I'm a traditionalist too. It honestly, if we can, it helps us get Pete Alonso and Dom Smith in the lineup, so I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, but you have to see if Dom Smith will have another year like he did this year. What's he going to do over 162 games?
This is very true. We will find out, I think.
Yeah, hopefully Pete comes out of his
Hopefully Alonso bounces back.
Yeah, he bounces back, and
he'll be fine. He was heating up towards the end of the shortened season, so a full season, I think he would have been fine.
He was getting a home run stroke, but not the average stroke.
Yeah.
Well, he even his rookie year, it's not like he was batting over 3. He was batting like 260. It's not like
No, he's a 30 40 home run
220.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beginning was awful, but anyway.
Yeah, moving
But
on.
McNeil's untouchable.
Yeah, no,
McNeil is
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, McNeil's untouchable. Moving on real quick. Dustin Johnson wins the Masters. Finished -20. If you were betting, he was plus 800. So good on you for betting him if you hit. Tiger
Thanks,
Woods.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Tiger Woods imploded on a on a par 3. If you guys saw that, I think he sank the ball in the water 3 times in that
3 times.
3 times, and he ended that hole with a 10 on a par 3. Not a good outing for Mr. Woods.
But don't forget what happened after that. The man aced the rest of his holes. He still finished the day 1 under.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he didn't hit a 10 on that hole?
He still wouldn't have had a shot.
He would, no. I mean, 20 under. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, it was awful about that 1 hole. But the resiliency to then birdie most of the remaining holes is nuts.
Yeah,
but Tiger can't keep up with the young kids anymore. Him and Mickelson, they're done.
Yeah,
they're done.
Mickelson had a
They
terrible
can't
outing.
keep up.
Yeah.
He shot like a 79.
Mickelson didn't have a good outing at all. The last I saw Mickelson, he was at plus 3, I think. So
yeah,
he wasn't doing.
Yeah, they can't keep up with these guys with their analytics and their workouts.
Yeah,
it's a new age.
New generation of golf. Speaking of old people, though, keeping up with the young kids.
Hey,
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Terrible week 2 weeks ago. With a team like the Bucks to not even throw a touchdown and 3 picks. I loved to see it. But, man, never has 2 bad games in a row, and he turned it around this week. He looked good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expected that. This quarterback of that caliber, after coming off a stinker, is just going to light it up.
Look at his
hey,
team.
you got to figure he's not going to have a good game all the time.
Nah,
Nobody does.
No one does.
You're going to have the occasional...
terrible game. But that was 2 weeks ago was his worst loss of his career.
Yeah, but they all have those. Joe Montana had a couple of those.
I'm just
Troy
saying.
Aikman had a couple of those.
I'm just saying.
The bounce back.
The bounce back.
Yeah.
Someone who hasn't bounced back, though, is Mr. Carson Wentz. Man is a dumpster
Team's
fire.
garbage.
Team's garbage. Lost to the Giants. The Giants have a great chance at winning the
They're
NFC
going to win
East,
that division.
And I hope they win the NFC East. I am so rooting for the Giants to win the NFC East. I don't want to see.
We're going to need to use them in the suicide pick.
No, I'm all for Daniel Jones leading the Giants down to the playoffs. I would love to see it. I love seeing the mess of the NFC East the most.
It's great.
It's great. First place team has 3 wins.
It's a bunch of
Daniel
guys.
Jones. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones never had anybody really. He only had Eli for a little while. He's never had really anybody to teach him.
You act like Eli is the perfect mentor to teach a kid, though.
A guy that plays for 20 years can teach a young kid something.
No, I'm just saying.
He's had to build from the ground up with little
Even
help.
Darnold had McCown.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting better and better by the week. He's going to be. There are people saying the Giants need to draft a quarterback. They don't have to draft a quarterback.
No, they don't have to. They're good with Daniel Jones. If he just got smarter with the ball, we touched on this last week or 2 weeks ago. If he just needs to make better decisions with the ball. If he can get that down, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
He tries too hard. He tries to make throws that he shouldn't make. He needs to learn to just throw it away or just tuck and run. I mean, he's got legs. More, take advantage of that. That's something Eli can never really do. Just use your legs.
He can't make the throw you make on Thanksgiving morning with your friends.
No.
Just throw it up there. He's got to not do that.
Yeah, he needs to stop making those type of things. Quarterbacks, Drew Brees, collapsed lung. Do we know how long, Andrew, he's going to be out with a collapsed lung?
I don't know exactly how long, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be quick.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't imagine that being a quick recovery.
Do you think this puts Drew Brees into retirement?
No.
You don't think?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think an injury
I don't think he retires until he gets another ring. Or at least to another Super Bowl.
Okay.
2-3 more years.
You think the Saints...
You're watching Brady do it,
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the state of the Saints and they're still powerhouse. You might as well ride that out until they start sucking again.
That's fair enough.
2-3 weeks.
If I'm Drew Brees, if I'm at that age, I've made my money. I have at least I have a Super Bowl ring. I'm out. It's not really worth it. It's not worth it anymore.
You don't know if you would be because you're not playing in the NFL, dude.
You made your money. You made your mark. You're gonna be you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You're going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks to play the game. A collapsed lung. Think about your family now. Enjoy your family. It's time. If I'm Drew Brees, I'm calling it quits after this year. Me personally. And I love Drew Brees. I would love to see him continue to play, but I don't think it's worth it for him to go on.
Personally, I'd play until they locked the door on me and wouldn't let me back in.
I agree with that one. I agree there.
That's
I'm playing until the wheels fall off.
Well, that's what Russell Wilson said he wants to do. He wants to go until his body just can't go. He said that in a statement. He has not looked good in the past 2 weeks, especially after talking about MVP.
I've never seen him sacked so many times. That's weird.
His line is
the line has been really bad. He's rushing his passes because of that, but also the same amount of time he's been having these mediocre games. Chris Carson's been out, and Chris Carson's a major part of that offense. So I do think once they get Chris Carson back, that changes a lot because they had no running game. Because Carlos Hyde was out too.
Well, they really couldn't get anything going though last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
but if the other team knows you can't run, like it's not, and your offensive line is crap, like it's not too hard. Even though you got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett going down the field.
I mean, DK Metcalf only got 2 receptions, if that. I've looked at
he was also being shadowed by Jalen Ramsey.
He
that was a Jalen Ramsey effect.
Shut down for someone of that caliber who you can easily compare to Calvin Johnson, who probably could be. You know, there's no excuse.
It's also a cornerback of the caliber of Jalen Ramsey. As much as I hate him and I wanted DK Metcalf to make him look silly, Jalen Ramsey's a good cornerback.
Yeah,
he's held superstars all year to nothing. But you know what superstar did make a sick catch? You know what superstar did do something? DeAndre Hopkins. What a game.
I jumped off the couch screaming. I couldn't believe it. I was staring at the TV, couldn't see if he caught it right off the bat. He had like three or four bills around him.
Three bills
on him. And he went out and made that catch. First of all, Kyler Murray, just to get away, he broke a tackle.
Yeah.
On the run, and was just able to sling it the 50 yards.
And actually, he made a big mistake by running that much, because they had time for 2 more plays.
Yes.
They would have. He ran so much. That was the only play they had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you got
he actually made a mistake and got lucky.
He did get lucky. So that Bill loss now makes it very interesting for the AFC East, because the Miami Dolphins.
Because the Fins are up.
They are 1 game out of first. Technically, they're a half a game out of first.
They're half a game.
Yeah, the Bills are 7-3, and the Dolphins are 6-3. So technically, they're a half a game out.
The Bills have their bye this week.
After this bye, I mean, we could have a set two teams in the AFC East at 7-3.
Who the Dolphins play? The Dolphins are going to win. They're playing Denver.
Mm-hmm. You would think they were going to win.
You're going to think. I mean, Denver's offense is brutal. Yeah. I can't see. I mean, Tua just outdueled Justin Herbert. And that's awesome. Tua versus Justin Herbert.
Tua outdueled Kyler Murray 2 weeks ago then.
Yeah.
So, before you give Tua too much credit, the Dolphins have a really good defense.
Their defense is nice.
Their defense has been unreal.
I'm looking at it right now. Buffalo has given up 83 more points in the season than the Dolphins have.
Yeah, that Dolphins defense came out of
game
nowhere.
Their defense is good.
They really came out of nowhere.
I mean, they get to play the Jets again.
Yeah, they do play the Jets again.
So you can actually say they're a half a game ahead.
Technically, you say, yeah.
There's only a 10-point difference between in points against between Miami, Indy, and Pittsburgh. So they're right there up there with the best defenses in the league. And they score.
I think Pittsburgh still has the best defense, personally, in the entire league.
It's tough. It's them or Indy. It's tough. Or I mean, Baltimore's defense is good too, but it could be either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
if the Raiders get any sort of defense, they're going to be tough.
The Raiders are a good team.
Yes.
They keep things close.
They just give up a lot of points.
They do.
Yes, they do.
Josh Jacobs is unreal. The kid's phenomenal.
When he gets room,
he's gonna be good. The Lions though, 24-3 lead. Blew it to Alex Smith. His first game starting in 782 games or something days or something like that. Alex Smith played good. He most passing yards in the week. Still got the loss. However, very, very questionable pass interference call on 4th down to keep Washington's drive going. Very weak pass interference call, and that happens a lot this year. I know we have discussed it. I think a lot of roughing the passer is bullshit this year, and I think a lot of pass interference is bullshit this year. Dad, I know you wanted to go. You had a thing about pass interference, so I'm going to let you go and say your piece.
First of all, you could call offensive pass interference on every single play that they throw to a receiver. The receiver pushes off on every play. Might be a little more, might be a little less, but he's always got his hand pushing away. It's always a jump ball. And the thing where they beat the defender, and then the ball is thrown short, and they stop, and the defender runs into them. How can you call that pass interference? The defender the guy had 2 strides on the defender, and because the ball was thrown short. He makes the defender run into him. This whole pass interference thing is ridiculous. That's why they stopped the replay, because they'd be overturning every call.
I agree.
Everything's a jump ball.
Yeah, you
Hardly
didn't
anybody
hit
anybody in stride anymore. It's always a jump ball.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't disagree with anything that he just said.
Yeah.
Pass interferences have definitely been weak in general this year.
I can't tell you how many times I've said that's going to be offensive, and then they call it defense. I'm like, look at the replay. He extended his arm and straightened it out and pushed the defender away, and they call it on the defender.
Well, I say that's weak. At minimum 3 or 4 times a week, watching every single game.
Yeah.
I say at minimum 3 or 4 times, that's a weak penalty. That's a weak penalty. And it's not even just pass interference. I mean, roughing the passer is also ridiculous. I mean, I've said it before. I mean, I get it. You want to protect the quarterback, but the whole body weight falling on the quarterback in the moment when you are running at full speed to get to the quarterback and he releases the ball, you could cause more injury for the defender trying to stop in his place at full speed to not tackle him. You got to let the defender just go through his motion. Whether he's landing on him or not, you can't call that roughing the passer at all, in my opinion. And
that always used to be 2 strides.
It
was 2 strides or less, they wouldn't call roughing the passer.
Yeah, and now it's
like if you look at him.
Yeah. And the whole my hand is flailing because I'm trying to get around an offensive lineman. Oh, my pinky brushed the helmet of the quarterback and he wasn't even phased. The flag comes out. It's ridiculous. Next year you're just gonna have flags on the quarterback. Just pull it.
Well, worst thing is when they throw the flag like 5 seconds after the play's over because everybody's yelling for a flag.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden somebody goes, "Oh, I'll throw a flag."
Well, that's the same with a wide receiver. Anytime he drops the ball, he comes up looking for a flag, and
you
do. You're absolutely ridiculous. And listen, refs have decided games for how many years now? So.
Yeah, it's unfortunately true. It is what it is.
Yeah. Back to that Lions game, though. They blew the 24-3 lead. Lions still won with a 59-yard kick from Prater.
Oh, Matt Prater's a beast.
We had 2 long field goals. Who I off the top of my head I can't think of it. Someone kicked
61 yards.
61, right? I don't remember who it was.
61 or 64.
I was watching that too.
I don't remember exactly who did it. Mr. Andrew, look that up real quick.
Jason Myers for Seattle.
Thank you. 61.
Yeah.
It's very rare you ever see that many kicks.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. There were so many over 50.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost every field goal was over 50 yards.
Beautiful.
Bro, you let me kick it 3 times, pick up the ball from where it lands, and I still won't get it 60 yards.
No, absolutely not. Moving on. The Pro Bowl this year. Big disappointment. First of all, I never watched the Pro Bowl anyway. I think it's a waste.
Pro Bowl's stupid in the first place.
But it's going to be on Madden 21, a video game. Pro Bowl is virtual this year. I think it's dumb. If you're playing a full season of football, why can't you play the Pro Bowl? Just dumb.
I genuinely just don't care.
No one's gonna watch that at all.
Yeah, no. Same as always. No one watches it.
The problem now is since they don't have it in Hawaii anymore, the players don't want to go.
That's true.
It used to be a free trip to Hawaii. All the players would usually go. You'd have 1 or 2 not go, but they'd all want to go to Hawaii. You get to hang out for the whole week. They had parties, beach parties, all this crap. Now it's not in Hawaii. They won't be able to get anybody to go.
The only thing about the Pro Bowl I liked was the mini games beforehand.
Yeah,
those were always cool.
I mean, that's
fun to watch, but
this whole like All-Star doesn't work in football for so many reasons. Unlike every other sport where it's in the middle of the season, usually it means baseball
literally means nothing in football.
They don't have like this. The mini games, whatever, are cool. It's nothing compared to the skills competition in hockey, the dunk contest in basketball, or the home run derby in baseball. It's nothing compared to any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond with the fact that it's at the end of the season, like who cares? Like do whatever you want. Have a Madden turn me. Play chess. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't think anyone cares if you're gonna watch it.
Absolutely. Lastly, before we have our parting words and we start doing the Thursday night game, the Pittsburgh Steelers, do they go 16-0?
No.
Now who do you have them losing to?
The Baltimore Ravens.
On Thanksgiving?
I do.
Is that a
as of right now? As of right now?
Is that your future pick for Thursday night, Andrew? Or you're a little behind.
It's what I'm thinking right now.
You think so?
There's a couple games that are interesting.
Okay.
What's it called? Pittsburgh, Baltimore is always interesting. They do play the Bills. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get with the Buffalo Bills. They could drop 50. It depends on how Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs feel.
Okay.
And they do have a game against the Colts, and that's two very good defenses going against each other.
All right. So for the rest of the year, it's the Steelers Jaguars this week. It should.
Yep.
Pittsburgh should be 10-0.
Should be a blowout.
Then you have Thanksgiving with the Steelers Ravens.
That's an asterisk right there.
Either way, you can go either way. I think the Steelers ultimately win that game.
I think they figured out Jackson.
Yeah,
the league has figured him out.
Lamar Jackson isn't. But I've only been saying that for like the past 2 years as well. Once defenses figure that guy out, he's not going to be good. But I'm crazy. It's okay. Steelers Washington. I think the Steelers win that game. So that would be 12-0. Steelers Bills. I personally think the Steelers are the better team than the Bills. I think the Bills are in over their heads. They really haven't impressed me too much, the Bills. Then you have the Bengals, the Colts, and the Browns. The Colts are hit or miss. Depends on if Phil Rivers wants to play football or not.
That's a big X factor with the Colts.
Yeah, but what you got to think of is you got to figure that the Steelers and the Chiefs are going to be the two best teams in this league.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Chiefs are 8-1, right? But the Chiefs have to play the Raiders, the Bucs, and the Saints. They could get another loss there. If Pittsburgh goes 15-0, they might be resting their players. And the Browns could sneak one out if the Browns are playing for a playoff. That's the game they could lose.
I don't think if you're 15-0, you don't rest your players.
Roethlisberger's old.
You go for the perfect season.
You don't know.
Well, look at Belichick.
Tomlin might be looking ahead for the Super Bowl.
Look at Belichick.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't rest. He didn't rest the Patriots.
If the Chiefs go to 2 or 3 losses, they might not play all out.
We'll see. Only time will tell. I think the Steelers have a good shot at going 16-0, especially with their defense. They
definitely have a very good shot.
Their offense is pretty good, especially with Claypool. What a surprise he has been.
If the Chiefs run the table,
I think the Chiefs still win the Super Bowl this year. I think the AFC Championship game is in Pittsburgh with the Chiefs as the number 2 seed, and the Chiefs beat them in Pittsburgh to go to the Super Bowl. That's just me. I still think that the Chiefs are the team to beat. I don't think any team is good enough in the NFL right now to beat the Chiefs. They're just too good. That offense is the best offense in the entire league. And
except maybe the Raiders, because they've already beaten them.
It's one game. I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't worry. However, for Thursday night, we have Cardinals Seahawks. The Seahawks are -3 if you were betting. But do you want me to go first again, Andrew, because you're still trailing?
Yeah, you're winning.
I took the L last week. So
hell yeah, the Bolts, baby. I hate Phillip Rivers, but he pulled through.
I am now 6-4 on the year, and you are now 5-5.
Actually, big thank you to Nyheim Hines, not Phillip Rivers.
Nyheim Hines had a great game. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
This is a tough week.
I'm
gonna go with the
Seahawks. I don't think Russell Wilson has 3 bad games in a row, and I think the hype that the Cardinals are living off of right now fade.
Where's the game?
I'm going with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm going with the Seahawks. I'm locking that in. It's a tough game. It's definitely a tough week. We very well could be tied going into next week if you pick the Cardinals, but I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah, this ain't easy. I mean, I'm also going Seattle.
Seattle. There's some weeks where you have to gamble. Think of it this way, Andrew. If you stay within one of me, we have then Thanksgiving where we have.
It's not even
games.
like that. It's like I'm just trying. This game is literally 50-50 to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the more experienced quarterback, more experienced head coach, more experienced team.
The only thing that's terrifying is Christian Kirk and D-Hop in that awful Seattle secondary. But
Arizona's got the momentum too.
They do have momentum.
Short week. They're still thinking about Sunday.
But Chris Carson is supposed to be back, so I'm gonna lock in Seattle.
All right, Dad.
Oh, I bet everything on Arizona.
Really? All right. I'll keep that
I respect
in mind.
it. This game is a coin flip to me, though.
Right, momentum is a big thing, and Seattle's not a hard place to play without fans. If they had fans in the stands, I might change my mind. But they don't have the 12th man.
I respect it. It can go either way. There's really no clear cut.
Yeah, I think there is a decent chance of Russell Wilson having his bounce back game.
I can't see Russell Wilson going 3 weeks in a row being miserable.
And DK's pissed because he only had 2 targets last game.
Last time DK had a bad game, the next game he scored like 3 touchdowns. So I think the Seahawks are going to win this game. I still think the Cardinals are a deceiving team. I've said that since week 1. I think the Cardinals are still a deceiving team.
Ridiculous race now, though, in that NFC West because you have Arizona, LA, and Seattle are all 6-3. Mm-hmm. This is a huge game.
Yeah, big game, huge game.
When the Patriots went 16-0, was there an 0-16 team that year, or could it be Pittsburgh 16-0, Jets 0-16? Would it be the first time it happened?
Was it the year the Lions went 0-16?
I don't know. I was asking.
Definitely. I don't know.
Give me 2 seconds.
Our information guys on
16-0. No, there were no 0-16 teams. The worst team in the league was Miami at 1-15.
This could be the one year.
We have
it could be.
We have an undefeated team and a defeated team.
You know the Jets ain't winning a game.
I'm glad I root for the defeated team.
Yeah, next year the Jets will be playing flag football at Wantor State Park.
Yeah. But that's gonna wrap up the episode for this week. Do you guys have any parting words before we go?
No, thank you for having me, man.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Let's go Mets.
Yes, let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. Let's go Jets. Let's go Rangers.
And the fins are up.
Fins are up. But thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. We upload every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Comment down below if you have a topic you would like to hear or if you want to talk about what you heard in this episode. We'll be more than happy to give you guys a shout out and answer your questions or talk to you via your comments. If you're listening to wherever you listen to podcasts, leave us a 5-star review. If we see it, we'll give you a shout out on the following week. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. And until next time,
deuces.
Peace out.
Take it easy. Hi, Mom.